another Serpent Sunday. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to go follow our Instagram pages. The links are always in the description below. I post daily original photos and updates on our life and a lot of our animals. For today's video, we have two things going on. As you can see, there are a lot of new products behind us, and these are all gonna be upgrades for Mr. Littlefoot behind us. We are gonna do some modifications to his cage. We're gonna add the heating element, and we are gonna add a brand new filtration system. So I don't have to change his water anymore. It's getting to be a pain in the butt, and winter is coming very, very quickly. Our temperatures right now, nighttime temps, are already in the low 30s, and they're just gonna keep dipping down. And soon, everything is gonna be frozen, and I'm not gonna be able to fill up his aquarium with our hose outside. So that was gonna be a must for winter, and it's time to get it all put in. The second thing we're gonna do this morning, which is actually gonna be the first thing, we are going to the FedEx Ship Center and we are gonna go pick up another breeder. So I can't wait to show you that. Now our FedEx Ship Center doesn't open till 9 o'clock. Currently it is only 8 o'clock. So we are going to leave right now. We are gonna run by Home Depot, and we have to get a couple supplies to install all these products that are behind me into Mr. Littlefoot's cage. If you are not familiar with water monitors at all, water monitors are very destructive. Anything in their cage needs to be secured and protected from anything you put in it. So we're gonna go pick up a bunch of supplies so we can kind of DIY modify this filter for his current aquarium that's in his tank. So I'm gonna go round up the kiddos, and we are gonna get out of here and go to Home Depot and go pick up our new girl from the FedEx Ship Center. All right, we made it back home, and now we can unbox this girl. Please don't mind my mess behind me. I just went shopping and it's everywhere. All right, we got all my peeps. Right, peeps?
Yeah.
All right, you gonna film for me, Carter?
Yep.
As usual?
Yep.
Okay. So this lovely lady came from Morgan Hill Morphs, and I'll leave his information down in the description below. So let's see what we got. Well, hello there, beautiful. Hi. Wow, look at this. Hi, are you glad to be out of the bag? You see me? Yep. All right, well, this lovely lady is a fire pastel, also known as the Firefly. And she is 100% het clown. And I believe he said she was about 1,000 grams. So we'll get a weight on her pretty soon. But yeah, supposedly she eats very, very well. So she should be ready to go here pretty soon. She looks a little small, so it might be another few months before we pair her up. But yeah, we're really excited to get her in the rotation. So we'll see if we can get her up to size pretty quick. So let's get some close-ups. Look at that pattern. She is beautiful. She's got beautiful green eyes. Wow. Look at you, all happy and ready to go? All right. Let's go check out your new home. All right, here you go, honey. I know, it's different. How beautiful you are. I'll go get you some water. Wow. The video just doesn't do her colors justice. Fireflies are so beautiful, even as adults. All right, well, that girl is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Justin, over at Morgan Hill Morphs. Again, I will leave all of his information down in the description below. Now we get to get started on the upgrades for Littlefoot's enclosure. So let's get started on that, because that's gonna take a little while to accomplish. First things first, we gotta get this guy out and into a separate tub so I can get in his cage. And so I brought along a rat to kind of help with that. So we're gonna take our rat and we're gonna put it in this here tub. And that's gonna make him wanna get in there and get that. All right, dude, you ready? You ready to come out and play? Hi, that stuck shed. I got a rat for you. You wanna come get it? Good morning. Come on, let's go get it. Wanna go get it? I know, you smell it, come on. See the rat in there? Go get it. There you go. Nice and easy. Huh? Yeah, nice rat. There you go. All right, so I covered him with a towel because after he got done with his rat, he started freaking out a little bit. It's hard to see him in there, but he's calming down a little bit, and now we can get started on his cage. So first things first, let's get that drained. Okay, so I shut all of his lights off because we're gonna be moving this. This is coming out. This is supposed to be the top to the aquarium, and his original owner left it like this and kind of zip tied this so when he was smaller he had a way to get out. But we are gonna remove this. I'll tell you why in a second. We are gonna be moving his UV light, and we're gonna be putting that new heat panel in the center. And then we have to construct and modify that fluval system. And I got a bunch of PVC and connectors and things so we can modify this to be lizard proof and to also function perfectly. Okay, so this grate that is supposed to be for the top of the aquarium that his owner kind of made as a ramp probably worked very, very well when he was smaller. See, he kind of attached the branch a little bit so that way he could crawl out and so that way he didn't get stuck in there. However, now that he has gotten bigger, we had an incident just yesterday or the day before where thankfully we were down in our homeschool room doing homeschool and we saw it happen and I was able to correct it. But he actually got one of his little toes stuck in the grate. And then he flopped down in the water and he could not get himself back up and his toe was getting all twisted. So I had to go in there, kind of calm him down, and I had to manually pick his toe out of this. So since I'm redoing the cage, this is leaving because that obviously is a hazard and we don't want him getting stuck like that. So we're gonna take this out. We're gonna move his aquarium. I think I'm gonna scrape off all of this pink foam stuff in the back and we're gonna put a piece of wood back there. So he can't hide or get stuck down in those crevices. And we're gonna do some other things. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna take the top off and we're gonna get started moving stuff around. I think I'm gonna put the heat panel on first and figure out where I wanna move the UV light. And then we are gonna be starting to maybe cut separate holes and start constructing the DIY part of the filtration system. So hope you enjoy. This is gonna be fun and it's gonna be a bit of a challenge at the same time. out because I'm gonna put a piece of wood across here so he can't get down in these crevices. And what he was doing is he was grabbing onto this stuff with his claws to climb. And if you can kind of see, it started breaking off the little pieces of plastic into his substrate. So I wanted to get the rest of that foam off to keep that from happening. Okay, I screwed that in, and we're gonna clean all this out and put the aquarium where we want it. But first, I just took the UV light off. I'm gonna install the heat panel, put the UV light on, then we will put this where we want it and start working on the filter. So for the heat panel, we went with one of the best. We decided to go with the 80 watt because of the size of the cage. And so this is what it looks like. This is actually the part that'll be towards the animal. This is the heating element part. And this is all it is, just a cord and the heat panel. And then we got the Herbstat 2 to plug into our heating panel to control the temperature. And that's what that looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and get this heat panel installed. And I'm sorry if you hear my dogs in the background, they are barking at my kids. Took me about 40 minutes to get that centerpiece off so I can put the heat panel across there, because trying to drill it and put it on these two braces was not working out. So I had to take that piece out, and man, was that difficult. So now we can put the heat panel in. Okay, after much struggle, heat panel is installed with the thermostat probe. I had some of these extra little wire holders or tube holders or whatever from doing our rat rack, so I've used that to get the probe where I wanted it. There's the power cord that goes underneath here, and that is where I put the UV light. It's all reattached, and I use those same little wire connectors, and then it goes back out this way. So there is phase one. Now we're going to fold that back over, turn it on, because this does give off a little bit of smell when you first turn it on for a little bit. So I'm gonna open up the front and turn that on to kind of let some of that smell escape, and then we'll start figuring out the filtration system. We got our Herbstat 2 all set up and temperatures dialed in. The heat panel is currently heating up. Now we're gonna go ahead and take out the filter. These were all the pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and take out the ones we're gonna use, like this intake. We're only gonna use the end piece, and then we're gonna have to jimmy rig some of this other stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and stick some of this stuff down here. Let's see, we have, that's the filter hose that we're gonna cut. And then here is the actual filter itself. And that is the canister filter. I'm just throwing around the manual. Let's start by taking this apart. And there's what the inside of it looks like. Okay, so the end piece. I did not want to eliminate this because there is a little flow regulator ball in there. So what I did is I took it off the original piece, and it was slightly bigger than the coupler, so I couldn't use your regular like PVC cement. So I ended up using some JB Weld, and I think it came out nice. I'm just waiting for it to cure before I can go put that on. And if you don't know what JB Weld is, it's this cool nifty stuff. It comes with the resin and the hardener. You mix it together, and it allows you to fix plastic, put plastic to plastic together, And once it's there, it's strong, you ain't getting it off. So that was our fix, and I think it came out pretty darn good. So I'm waiting for that piece to cure, and now all I'm doing is taking some of the pieces that I bought, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to configure this for the input and the output. And I'm gonna be drilling 2 separate holes with one of our hole saw bits. It's gonna be an exact fit for the PVC to go out, no gaps. And it's gonna go outside his cage where it's gonna connect to the tubing for the filter. So we're gonna go ahead and get this done. My light is starting to dwindle, so that's why it looks a little bit darker. I'm trying to get this done before I lose all of my daylight. All right, so I just drilled out that beautiful hole, and look at this. Perfect fit. So there's our PVC. Now I just need to cement glue it all together. I got all of these cemented and they're drying. And then I've got this side cemented and drying as well. Yeah, don't mind my 2-piece. I meant to put this on and I accidentally put the coupler. So I just added a piece and added the elbows. Oops. But now I'm gonna let this dry, and then the filter hoses will go from here down to the filter. Okay, I went ahead and cemented our filter pieces in on both sides. And we've got our filter pieces hooked up into the filter down underneath here. Hey guys, it is actually the next day. This project took a lot longer than I thought. I went to put in his UV light last night and the thing just puckered out. So I had to run out this morning and get a brand new UV light. So I end up picking up one of these for him. And then these are made to be a hood. And so because these are made to go on top of the cage, not inside the cage, I had to run out to Home Depot as well and pick up some brackets and kind of jimmy rig this thing so it would hang inside his cage. So that also took a little bit of time and effort on my part. So instead of a 1-day kind of half-day project, this took 2 days. So let me show you the finished product. So there's Mr. Littlefoot chilling up there. He's a little unsure still about his aquarium, but he will get used to it. And then we'll go right here. See, I took off all that foam. And remember, there was that top piece right here. That is gone. He is big enough to get into his aquarium all on his own. There's his aquarium with nice fresh water. And our DIY PVC. Now, this was the original connector that came with the filter, and I just put some zip ties to kind of hold this to the side, and it's nice and secure. It won't move at all. And then there is the outflow side. And let's see if we can get a picture of this. There is his new heat panel with the thermostat, with his new Herbstat thermostat attached to it. And then there is his brand new fresh UV light. And see, those are my jimmy rig brackets that I got from Home Depot. So far, so good. Everything's nice and secure. He can't rip it off. What are you doing? He's like, nope, not yet. Well, that is it for today's video. Well, it's kind of a 2-day, 2-part, whatever. It took a lot longer than it should have. But I hope you enjoyed seeing our new pickup, which is kind of the next day now, so she's settling in nicely. Hope you enjoyed seeing all of my DIY projects and upgrading Littlefoot's cage and getting it all ready for the winter. So again, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, get out there and make your own footprints. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!